Good morning, Facebook. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. It's the Civilized Presence. Just give us a moment for the video to come back on. Just give us one moment. Come right in and let us know where you're joining us from. Thank you. Okay. So, all right. So, good morning. Good morning. Let us know where you're joining us from. Welcome. Thank you so much. So just come in and give us some hearts, give us some thumbs up, and do a comment in the video and let us know that you're here. We're just about to get things started. We should be good to go in 1 minute. Perfect. Yes, we are good to go. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. It is so good to have you here today. It's a wonderful Monday morning. I am excited. I'm right here in Virginia, so it's warm weather. So I'm excited. There's so many reasons for us to be grateful this morning. The sun is out and bright and early. And I don't know where you're joining me from. So let me know. Come on in. Comment your country, your city, and let me know who you are. I want to be able to give you a shout out now, and some of you might have seen the first video. I have to apologize. We're having some technical difficulties, but we're here right now and we're good to go. And I have the best person in the house. So if you're as excited as I am, yes, hooray, it's time to go. Now, do me a favor, grab your pen and paper. It's time to learn. When you have Yasmin in the house, it's a learning time. So welcome, Esther. It's great to have you. Shegu, I am so excited that you're here. Sandra, thank you so much for joining. Janet, thank you for joining. Barbara, thank you so much for joining. Charles, thank you so much for joining. Louisa from Canada, it's good to have you here. Guys, come on in and let us know where you're joining us from. It's the 105th session, 105 of Civilized Presence. So I'm so excited. We started last year in the month of April. And we've just been paddling along, and it has been great and fantastic. And I want to say thank you so much to you, because without you, the show will not go on. Now, some of you might be new to this, so let me properly tell you about what we're doing. The Civilized Presence is an online TV session where lives are changed, where people discover their self, their purpose, their voice, and learn social skills to thrive in the real world. So if you want to become a change maker, you are in the right place. So come on in, and thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Lizzie. It's great to have you here. Thank you, Esther. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much, Dee. It's so good to have you here from Virginia. Thank you. Thank you. We're popular today in Canada and Virginia. So, guys, come on in and let me know where you're joining us from, because we want our hosts to know who are those that are watching today. Now, some of you might not know who I am. My name is Louisa Akaiso, and I'm going to be your host for today. I feel really honored that you responded to the call, to the post, to the flyer. I don't know how you got here. Are you here on replay? On YouTube? Thank you so much for making out time to be here. Thank you. We're here every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Now, you might be asking, what does she do? I am a master civility trainer and a leadership coach with the John Maxwell team. And I work confidently with leaders and professionals that place great importance in themselves and their reputation. And that's going to be you this morning, because you made out time to be here with us. Now, what's the focus of this series is really to help restore civility in our society. So what we do every Mondays and Fridays, it's really break down the concept of civility into tiny bits to show you how important but easy for you to be civil. Like I said, you can begin with little things like saying please and thank you, or even good morning, or share a compliment, just like I'm going to do right now to Yasmin. Yasmin, you look amazing this morning, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank
It's so
you.
good to have
Thank you
you.
so much.
So, guys, I want to let you know why I'm so excited. I have the best in the house. So, you're going to find that out very soon. Yasmin is one of the best that we have when we talk about civility, personal branding, image. She's done a lot of work. So, guys, I feel so pumped up this morning that she's here. She has educated leaders and professionals all over the world. She just got back recently, and I'm so excited that she's here because I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to get Yasmin. I wasn't sure what part of the country or what part of the world that she's in. So it's such an honor to have somebody here who has done it and been there and has educated and empowered and created other leaders all over the world. So, Yasmin, thank you so much for the work that you do.
Thank you.
Now,
My pleasure.
guys, guys, I'm going to share with you a definition of civility. And this morning I've chosen one from Dr. P.F. Fanning. And I call him the grandfather of civility. He left us a couple of months ago, but he's here with us in spirit because I know this is what he would have loved to see. And that states that being civil means being constantly aware of others and weaving restraint, respect, and consideration into that very fabric of awareness. So that simply means that civility is gracious goodness. Civility is focused on positive people's treatment. Civility is being responsible for your actions, continuously easing the experience of other people. Civility is apologizing honestly and refrain from idle complaints if you have to. And so if you've been hanging with me every Mondays and Fridays, you would learn something from me. You would walk away with nuggets on how to begin being civil. And now, why do we do this every Mondays and Fridays? Because I'm not saying that you should be civil on Monday because you're probably trying to get a job or you're in the office or you're well behaved. And then on Tuesday and on Saturday, you're rude and just crazy out there. No, civility has got to be a lifestyle for you. So you have to embrace it as being part of you. And I know it's not going to be that easy because you've not done it before. That's okay. We're here helping you out. And if you're struggling with it, never ever stay back and hesitate from sending us an email or message. We're ready to work with you. So you might be asking, Louisa, who is this beautiful lady on the screen? So I'm going to introduce her to you in a moment. So some of you might have seen the flyer, maybe not, but the topic of today is build your professional brand and power it with civility. And so you're going to find out why this is so important to us. And this is such a great topic that a lot of people are making so much blunders. I was having some chat with some image consultants and personal brand strategists, and some of them didn't even know how we're going to apply that. So I thought this was such a needful and timely topic because it's important. And welcome, Vivi. It's great to have you here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Happy Monday to you. It's so good to have you here, my friend from the John Maxwell team. So, guys, if you're a personal brand strategist, if you're trying to build your personal brand, whether you're an image consultant, whatever, listen, you cannot do anything in life successfully without being civil. Yes, I said that. So take that home. You have to be civil. It has to be part of you. And we're going to show you why this is so important and why you cannot stay away from that. Whether you're trying to get a job or you're already working somewhere, you're relating with people or even relating with your family, your kids, whoever, you would see how civility is such a great tool to help you achieve success wherever that you find yourself. So let me tell you a bit about our guest today. Her name is Yasmin Anderson Smith, and she is an award winning consultant, coach, speaker, and author. She is also a certified personal branding strategist and image management consultant who helps emerging professionals and entrepreneurs profit from building a value driven personal brand. Now, Yasmin is known as a CEO of Civility Branding Solutions and a voice for the human side of personal branding and an advocate for civility in and out of the workplace. In 2008, she founded the Civility Counts Project, a global initiative to raise awareness about treating others with respect and kindness through everyday acts of considerate conduct. Along with several top businesswomen, Yasmin co authored the books Executive Image Power and The Power of Civility, Other publications, include white papers, articles, and blog posts on civility, personal branding, and managing professional presence for career advancement. It's important that I let you know that Yasmin has also launched the Everygo Can, and that's a personal development, life skill enrichment program that helps girls to embrace a healthy body image, bringing together women in STEM or STEAM and leadership. Yasmin started Every Girl Can Smart Image Conference in 2008 in collaboration with Bowie State University, 2009 to 2014, and Montgomery College in 2015 till present. And you know what? Every Girl Can, it's available in different parts of the world: Jamaica, Canada, Ghana, Grand Bahamas, and all over the US. And of course, if you wanted to be an advocate or an ambassador of that program, it's a good time for you to contact us. Okay. And so I'm just going to give Yasmin a minute to say hello to the audience. Over to you, Yasmin.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much, Louisa, for having me on your show. It's my pleasure. It's a great Monday morning, and it's a great time to be connecting with your audience, and I'm so glad that they're with us today.
Thank you so much. We are also so thrilled and elated that we're working with the best this morning. So, how this works really, Yasmin, is to get started with a conversation with a question. Begin the conversation. We might have a question from the audience and just take it on. So, my very first question for you this morning would be: what does civility mean to you? Yasmin, over to you.
Thank you. It's a great question and one that I'm asked very often. What does civility mean and what does it mean to me? Civility to me, as you mentioned before, it's a way of life. It's how we live our lives every day because consistency is such an important part of civility. It's how we treat others in our walk of life from the time we get up to the time we go to bed. And we have many human interactions during that time. So civility is how I respond to you, how aware I am of you as a human being. How do I show that I respect you? How do I show consideration and kindness for you? So civility is integrated in everything that we do in our conduct, in our communications, in our exchanges. It's the way we interact with others.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I think that was amazing, guys. We talk about human relations and just kindness, politeness. It's all about, I think of the word human kindness, being good to people, not because you're going to get anything back. Don't expect stuff from people back. Do good because they deserve it. Do good because they're human. Do good because you chose love and kindness, and it just gives you fulfillment and happiness that you had to do that. So, thank you, Yasmin, for sharing that. Now, this takes me to our next question. What is personal branding? Yasmin, over to you.
Ah, great question. Personal branding is the image that you reflect and what others think about you. So there are two sides to personal branding. It's what you uncover, that you show others, that you reflect in terms of your outward appearance, but also your inner self, because people can see you from what you project from the inside. And then it's
Yes.
also the impression that you create, and then what image that people conjure in their minds and in their heads when they hear your name, when they think of you as a person, when they think of your business. It's what comes up. It's the impression that you create.
Thank you so much. And welcome, Sandra. It's great to have you here. Welcome, Paul. Thank you for joining us. Ola, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. It's a civilized presence. If you're just getting here, the topic of today is how to create your personal brand and power it up with civility. So you're in the right place. So this takes me to our next question, Yasmin. And the next question is, of course, you've worked with a lot of leaders and professional, and of course, you've been able to successfully merge personal branding and civility. Now, can you share with the audience how important is civility to creating a brand or a professional image of an individual or an organization? Over to you, Yasmin.
Well, absolutely. And one quick add to my previous comment is that we often think of personal brand as your personal stamp and your reputation. And so, of
Mm,
course, as we are business professionals and leaders, we're in the work world, we're in personal settings and social settings, our brand is very important to us. And one of the things that guides the importance of civility are principles and values. And
Yes.
as you mentioned earlier, Dr. Forney is the grandfather, if you will, of civility. And one of the things that he taught us is that civility is based on three important principles, and they are respect, personal constraint or self-restraint, and personal responsibility. And we often refer to them as the three R's: respect,
Yeah.
restraint, and responsibility. And then along with that, of course, in terms of how we behave on a daily basis, the daily principles of that guide our interactions with others, the rules of considerate conduct, all of these things shape our personal brand. And we want to be known as somebody who is kind and considerate, who sees others for the humanity that they represent and not just as a, as a body. So we want to have a personal brand that is founded on those principles of respect, restraint, and personal responsibility. And you said earlier in your comment that you can't be successful in life without being civil. And this is where the two things come together. If we
Mm.
want to have positive, good, kind relationships with others, then they do need to be guided by a foundational set of principles that promote that kind of positivity and goodness and caring and kindness and consideration. And as Dr. Forney would say, who does not want that?
That's true. That is so
Absolutely. We
true.
all want to be known. Who does not feel good when someone gives them a kind compliment? Who does
Yes.
not feel good when somebody acknowledges them? Who does not feel good when somebody shows their appreciation? And you can build a personal brand that is guided by these foundational principles and shaped by these acts of considerate conduct and kindness that help to promote and support positive human relationships both inside and outside the workplace.
Thank you so much. We have some more people who have joined, and welcome, Sister
Oh,
Dulcie. It's great to
wonderful.
have you. Welcome, Deborah. It's great to have you, Lizzie. Thank you. It's so great that you're here this morning. Thank you so much. Some of you are just joining us for the first time. It's the Civilized Presence. We are
Awesome.
here every Mondays and Fridays at 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And the topic of today, we're discussing personal branding and civility and how that is so important and how that both of them work together. So that in a nutshell is what we're doing this morning. And that takes me to my next question for you, Yasmin, is how can one use civility as a means of gaining credibility? Over to you, Yasmin.
Absolutely. Civility is important in terms of gaining credibility because of the foundation that civility rests on. You cannot be considered credible if you are an expert in your field, but you are rude and unkind to people. You build your strength and your credibility by being thought of as somebody who's not only bright and intelligent and who knows, their content area, but also somebody who can get along with others, who can work well in teams, who can be a good and strong leader. So your
Mhm.
credibility is enhanced by demonstrating civility. And and I know we will get to this later, but in the book that you mentioned that I am a co-author of, The Power of Civility, I talk about ways that you can profit from embracing civility in your personal brand. And if you would allow me, I can certainly refer to some of these
Yes,
points that are
absolutely.
in the book that I do have handy here with me, because I
Yes,
love that
please.
you mentioned the word profit. And I'm often asked, what do you mean profit? How can I profit in my personal brand by embracing civility? And in the book, I do mention 25 different ways that you can profit from embracing civility in your personal brand. So may I share some of these with your audience?
Yes, go for it.
Okay, so number one, you earn respect. Number
Mm,
two, you create a positive impression. Number three, you can earn compliments and appreciation because you treat others with kindness and respect. Most important, number four, you build trust, and trust is so important in terms of strengthening your credibility. Think about also that you improve your own self confidence. You said earlier that when you do good, it makes you feel good and you make
absolutely.
others feel good. And one thing about civility is that there's a sort of reciprocity with it. You treat people
Mm,
kind, and in most instances, they treat you kindly
mm,
as well. You smile at someone, and in most instances, they smile right back at you. So you can definitely improve your own self-confidence by embracing civility in your personal brand. It helps you build connections. If you're
mm,
known as somebody who is kind and generous and giving, people want to know you. People want to get to know you.
That
So it
is
really
true.
does help you to build your connections. Dr. Forney says in his book that the whole idea is to attract and not to repel. So when
Mm,
we are civil, we can attract others with our goodness and our kindness because civility is contagious. And I'll share a few others and then we can come back to the remainder of the list. It's a list of 25, but I'll share a few others. Number 8, you can elevate your status by being known as somebody who practices civility. You
mm,
also strengthen existing relationship bonds. The more you demonstrate civility, the stronger your relationships grow with the people you do business with. And then
yes.
the last on this first half of my list is you can earn recognition. Someone can actually show their appreciation for what you have
Mm,
done because
mm,
you've been kind to them, because you have considered them, because you have given them praise publicly. You have done good. You've been philanthropic or kind, or you've helped lift someone else up as a mentor or sponsor. All of that is embracing civility. You could earn recognition for that. And as you said, not that you're doing it for that reason, but that is a possible outcome. And so that those are just some of the 25 ways that you can profit from embracing civility in your personal brand that's mentioned in the book.
This is interesting and this is wonderful because we did a master class last month on how to increase your civility, and some of those points came up in the master class. So you see, that's why
Absolutely.
when you work with the best, we're just speaking great language here. So I'm excited.
Wonderful. And I'm
I'm
happy to share
excited.
the others later on in the interview.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So this is going to take us to our next question for you. As an entrepreneur, and now we're talking about my audience is they're mostly entrepreneurs, professionals, and leaders from different parts of the world. We have a global audience here this morning. So, as an entrepreneur or leader, your reputation is essential. So being honest goes a long way to winning trust and confidence of the clients. Now, I would love you to share with our viewers how entrepreneurs or leaders can go about building or establishing or maintaining a good reputation using civility. Over to you.
Okay, that's a very important question and one that I think we all, as business owners, entrepreneurs, need to be focused on. I think it's important that we live and demonstrate what we believe
Yes.
as it comes to civility, as a leader, as a business person. When I meet a client for the first time and we're beginning to establish business relations, it's important for me to lay out, first of all, I have a civility code of conduct that's, part of my business package, which says exactly what I stand for. We outline expectations and I
Mm,
make it very clear that it is my goal and my desire for this to be a trustworthy, an
yes.
honest, an open, reciprocal relationship. And so I make that clear from the get-go. I start off on a very positive note. Sometimes I even give a gift at the beginning. It might be just something simple. But I think as leaders, we have to set the tone. We are responsible for civility talks about being personally responsible. So it is our responsibility as entrepreneurs and as leaders who have the job of connecting with others and building relationships with them to lay it out at the very beginning. Someone who is interested in doing business with you will want to know that they are dealing with somebody who is honest, who has integrity, who is trustworthy. And so we embody all of this, but also we make it clear. So we make it clear in a number of ways. We post it on our website. You can post it could be part of the statement on your branding statement on your business card, on your Facebook page. So these are
Mm,
just ways of expression. But then you also, in your dialogue and your relationship with your new client or with people that you are leading, make it clear in an everyday way that these are the standards by which you wish to have a relationship with them. And
mm,
then you build on that, in the relationship. You find ways to manifest that so that you are what you say. So it's
yes.
important to say it in one way, and I do encourage your listeners to, in looking at the book, and I will be giving away a free copy of the ebook, that you find ways to make that very clear. I do have a sample civility code of conduct which you can use or modify,
Mm,
and you want to put that right on your page, because very often you find that persons who you're going to be involved with in a relationship, they will check you out before you even have a chance to meet. And so
Yes.
they'll look on your LinkedIn profile. They'll also look to see what other people say about you. And just as you spoke earlier about reputation and then we're working to build a positive one, these are all the things that sort of come into that dynamic of building a relationship as an entrepreneur or as a leader, because it's all about interactions with human beings. It's all about relationships.
Thank you so much. And welcome, Louis from Kenya. It's great to have you.
Oh,
Wendy from South
wonderful.
Africa. It's good to have you. So we have South Africa in the house. We have Ghana in the house. We have
Oh, someone from
Kenya.
Ghana. I just recently returned from Ghana. How wonderful to have someone listening
We
from
have
Ghana.
absolutely. We have Kenya. We have Canada. We have the U.S. We have London, UK. And we have somewhere in Asia. And my friend Aban, please let me know exactly what country. Please forgive me. I know you're always coming on my show, but let me know what countries
Awesome. How
that you're
exciting.
joining. Yes, that you're joining us from. And thank you so much, guys. I have to say thank you again because without you, the show would not go on. And this is why I always have to appreciate you for trusting in what I do, for supporting me, for standing by me, for showing up here. Because without you, the show wouldn't go on. So, how important it is for me to appreciate you and just give you a shout out and treat you as a VIP because you're one. So, thank you for always being here. Thank you for coming back to the videos. Thank you for sharing it and inviting other people to be part of this. You guys are amazing. Thank you. So this takes us to our next question for you. Yasmin, we have a lot of image consultants on my audience as well, and so with image and personal branding. I know that we talk about the ABCs. Now, of course, we've included the D because of the digital representation. Yeah, I have seen some research and people talking about the D being added to the ABCs, which was the original thing.
And what is the
So
D? I'm sorry, I missed it. What
D
is the D?
D is your digital image.
Ah, okay.
So how you
Absolutely.
show up on social media and how you show up in other things, because your message has always got to be congruent with what you stand for. So you cannot be one thing and then on social media, you're saying you're a professional on social media, your DP or your profile photo is you lying on the beach nude, and that's just not going to work. So I think we had to include that. So now, for those people who are offering services, and of course they're used to whether it's the ABCs or ABCDs, how important it is for a personal brand strategist to include civility in their services. How is this going to help them? Over to you.
Well, there are a number of things. First of all, civility can be delivered as a service through training, and you yourself, you are a master
Yes,
trainer in civility. So, in order to do that, of course, one would need to learn and study and achieve the necessary certifications in order to present themselves as a civility trainer. So that is just one way, and through that, there can be webinars and coaching sessions and products. You can write books, you can blog, you could deliver services digitally as well. Perhaps you might want to become just someone who does blogging on civility, just really writing about it and engaging an audience around the subject of civility, which is very, very topical, and
yes,
particularly in the world that we live in today, which is crying out for civility. So you could be someone who engages an audience digitally by just hosting a blog, or even doing as Louisa is doing right now, hosting a show. So you can deliver services, in-person services through training and coaching, or you could deliver services digitally. You could develop products around civility. And one of the
yes,
things that civility is often thought of, is this etiquette, and it's certainly that is a part of civility. But if you should
yes,
want that to be perhaps your lead focus, just developing programs around teaching etiquette and the rules of etiquette. And of course, you can broaden that to embrace the principles of civility as well. So it's not just that you're selling the message of learning how to use your knife and your fork at the table, but it's broader than that. It's more the conversation and the relationships and the trust that you build with those that you dine with. I have a program called Dining with Civility. So it's more than just teaching, as I said, what are the tools and the implements. So image consultants can think about ways of diversifying their services by
mm,
adding, those kinds of programming with the necessary training, of course, and the necessary credentials and certification, because you do want to be seen as credible. You do want to
Yes.
be seen as credible, and most importantly, of course, you want to embrace that. And I just want to give a shout out to Louisa just now for embodying civility by showing her appreciation and thanking the audience. And this is so important because sometimes we take people for granted. We don't
That is
remember to
true.
say thank you and to say that I appreciate you. And just one small word like that can go a long way.
That is true.
In his book, Dr. Funny has a quote that says, I can live for a month on a good compliment. And when
Mm,
somebody says something nice to you, it really matters. So I think that image consultants can think about ways to diversify their services through programming, but also even through products. And as I said, even digitally, by hosting a blog. A blog can be a very good way to earn an income because if you do build up a good audience, then the company is going to start reaching out to you to post ads on your blog. So think about that as a way that you, in a very a simple way, just creating a platform for a blog and doing a blog on civility or hosting a dialogue. You can also host programming that brings in your existing clients who may want to find ways to build civility in their own. In the workplace, in their own audiences, in social settings, you may have clients who maybe they have children and do youth programming, and you could offer civility programming to children, as I said before, through etiquette, but even also just through personal presence and building confidence. One of the things that civility embraces is being assertive. No one
mm,
should think of civility as being a way to say that you are becoming um, submissive or giving in. No, civility is about confidence, and image is about confidence. You can go right to the source, the grandfather of civility, and one of the 25 rules of considered conduct that he talks about is being assertive. So
mm-hmm.
don't think that, you have to give in or give up. Stand for what you believe in, but do it with respect and kindness and allow for others to share their opinion as well. Civility is about being inclusive. So think about civility as a way of building confidence. There are so many ways that and we don't have time to go into all of this today, but there's so many ways, as I said before, that you can profit from embracing civility in your personal brand and in your image as well by just demonstrating those principles, by teaching them, by practicing them, by developing programming and materials and products around those services. You could develop a packet of, one of the things I have is a little packet of cards. People love to read things that are quick and easy. You may see people on the
That's true.
train playing these games, little takeaway cards that talk about ways to manifest civility. So there are lots and lots of ideas. I hope some of those have been helpful to your listeners.
Yes, absolutely. That's going to help a lot. And I want to say, welcome, Helen. It's great to have you here from Canada. It's so good to have you. That's another Master Civility Trainer. Thank you so much for
Awesome.
being here. Thank you. And we have Deborah. Yay! Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And I love your comments. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. So, because of time, I'm going to have to let Yasmin go. But before we do that, because I have to be civil and keep to time, we have to respect people's time. And when we talk about respect, is in different forms. We have to respect people's time. Of course,
Absolutely.
we're going to bring Yasmin back again because there's so many things. Let me tell you guys, Yasmin has done a lot of work, and take the time to read the post about her. And she's going to share her website so you can even go and learn more about what she does. And we're going to bring her back again because we're going to have a full month that's going to be dealing with the young people. And so we want to bring the Every Girl Can program right back to the show. So we're going to have a session just for that because the holiday is here. During the holidays, we always have a full month of working with the young people. And so Helen
Awesome.
says, hello, Yasmin. Everyone is so excited to see you, Yasmin. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for,
so much. Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you for being here. And so, guys, I don't know how many of you have gotten a copy of my book, but we're going to be starting up a series very soon, masterclass on the Civilized Leader very soon. So you want to grab your copy, please,
Awesome.
on Amazon. And please grab your copy so that you can follow along as we begin the study very soon.
I
Now,
love the
others,
title. Congratulations on that. I love it.
thank you. Thank you so much. Now, others have been asking me of the True Civility, so you can have access to it on Amazon as well. So we'll talk more about that, but we're starting up our study very soon. And our study, like usually is Tuesday to Thursday. And I'm going to announce the date soon. So you want to grab your copy. Some of you who have already grabbed your copies, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for all the comments, your messages, your inbox messages, your emails. They mean so much to me. So thank you so much. Now, I want to let you know that if you think that you're doing something great and you want us to bring you on the show, send me an email, Louisa at the civilityacademy.com. But please make sure that your message is in alignment with what we do. Okay. And Deborah says rich and powerful content from Yasmin. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Helene. Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Deborah.
Thank you. So please send us an email and let us know. We can, have a schedule a chat, but I want to be sure that your message is in alignment with what we do. I'm sorry, sometimes we have to turn people down because it has to be the focus here is to restore civility in our society. So when you're away from that, it doesn't matter how great the content is, we cannot bring it on because this is what we're doing here. So we have to respect people's time because when they come out to be with me, that's what they're expecting to see. And I hope that you understand that I really care about you, but I want to make sure that we serve our audience the right way. So, guys, we've come to the end of the session, and I really hate to let you go, but I have to. And let me just say thank you to Yasmin. Thank you,
My
thank you, thank
pleasure.
you. Thank you so much. It was so good to learn from you. Every time that I connect with you is always about learning. And thank you for the great work that you're doing and continuing to do.
Thank you
And the
so much.
impact that you've made in the image industry, I cannot even finish talking about that. The
Thank
impact that
you.
you've made in civility, personal branding, you've done so much. Career development, oh my goodness. So
Thank
I feel
you.
so honored to be working with you this morning. So thank
Thank
you
you so
for
much.
all that
Thank you.
you
And
do.
thank you to all the listeners.
Yes. So please make out time for us, Yasmin, because we have to bring you back here in the month of July. That's when we're working with the young people.
Awesome. Be happy to
Yes.
come and talk about Every Girl Can.
Yes, yes, because that's a great program for young people, guys. If you want to be an ambassador for that program, let me tell you, right on. You can have an opportunity to be part of it, be educated first before you can handle the contents. Okay, you have to be educated because
Absolutely.
these are great content, so you can be passing on value to the young people that you'll be working with. But this is a ready to go. It's already created for you. You don't have any work to do. So this is a great program for you to use in your community or around you in the schools, work with the young people around you, or even you want to just volunteer somewhere. You have great contents to work with. So, guys, I hate to let you go, but I have to. So, thank you so much and have yourself a wonderful rest of the day and of the week. Bye for
Thank you.
now.
Bye bye. Thank you so much.